Alright, hello everyone. I have no way of knowing if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Let me set this up first, and then I'll explain what I'm talking about. And that might actually work. Oh, maybe not. So, I have been not having the best time of life recently. Oh, you don't need to be slipping on that side. So, I have not been able to look for a stand for my phone to film these. And because of that, I was going to try to use duct tape. However, so it's kind of working and it's kind of not, and let's see how much I can MacGyver this. Because MacGyver was an awesome TV show that I watched like 3 episodes of, and I think we all understand the metaphor I'm going for. I'm literally duct taping my phone to my my fridge right now. Because sometimes it just works, you know? Alright, so hopefully you can see me right now. Hopefully it's working. I don't know if you can see what you can see. If you only see me and nothing else, I apologize. Duct tape. Let me put this back. I'm giving this a... not a long shot that doesn't work, but an interesting shot if it does in fact work. I think this will be super funny. If this continues to come out, I will just go to my backup, which was what I used last week. So hi, welcome to my attempt at cooking things in the kitchen while not exploding anything. We're going to try a few things today. Well, we're going to try our normal stuff. In case you're wondering, I am in fact wearing a bandana or a headband today. Normally I only wear this when I am at the gym, but let me tell you, it's hot. And I don't do well in heat. And heat and I do not agree. And so I have been sweating a lot, and not in a haha sweating way, in a this is uncomfortable and I don't like it way. So, in order to, you might be a little off angle, that's fine. When I sweat tonight while cooking, in order to do that, I'm wearing this bandana / headband. Usually I only wear this at the gym, but it is, I hate the heat. If you are unaware, which I don't know how many people are aware of here, my body does not react well to heat, especially when we go from the cold temperatures to hot temperatures. If you know the story already, give me a minute. I tend to get migraines when the temperature heats up. In May, I usually get 2 migraines. I didn't actually get a migraine this year in May, which is a huge plus. I thought it was because I was drinking enough water. Surprise, plot twist, it was not because of that. But I really hoped it was. But instead, this is way too crowded over. I hope you can't see half of this, because it is looking really bad. I mean, if you can, oh well, you know me at this point. But it's just not a good time over here. I thought I had made it through this year without any issues, and then over the weekend, because today is Monday, my brain and my body was like, psych, plot twist, no, you don't get away. You never get away. Good luck, but that ain't happening. So I had a really bad couple days. Nothing like flu or cold, like vomiting, nothing like that. I don't think I had a fever, but I am a naturally hot person, insert joke here, which means that if you like touch my arm, or if you touch me in general, you will feel a lot of heat radiating off me. The problem with that is, think of me as a computer. I need a coolant system, and I need it to work sometimes in overdrive. And when it's hot, like it has been, my brain goes, oh, it's overload. So, I woke up recently, and I could not make it more than like, I think 3 to 5, like, I made a couple feet, and then, we'll turn that on, and then I quite literally, my brain went, if you don't sit down right now, you will pass out. So I'm like, I'm going to sit down. and I laid down. I actually ended up having to lay down. And when I laid down, I felt literal waves and ripples of hot and cold spots, like pins and needles, like if you've ever had a leg or an arm fall asleep. I felt something like that literally all over. I am going to, I am going to get a doctor's appointment on July 2nd, so I will figure out, hopefully, what's going on, or the start of what's going on. But, in the meantime, let me cut this first. Today. Actually, let's try this. Let's try something new. As I hold the knife out, not ripping in the air. Okay, so we're gonna move this over here. Okay, now that's done. So, as I was saying, with the heat, my head and my body's not having a good time. So I spent the past couple days, and it's not like a sickness. It's just I just can't operate. It would be. The best way it would be like is if you had a, I like to use the phrase, if you had like a, we can turn this down for a second. If you had a pinball, and you know how the pinball would just like go back and forth, imagine that being my, by the way, I am putting seasoning on potatoes. Crazy, right? It's the heat. It's not the heat. I've been doing this for a little while. That's way too much seasoning. That's okay. That is still way too much seasoning. That's okay. The joke has been about this kind of stuff like, hey, oh, that's way too much seasoning. Hey, which way's up? And I'll be like, yes. It comes in waves and it goes in waves, so it's not 100%. I did not have time to upload a video, even though I recorded cooking last weekend. Or when did I cook? Anyways, usually it's 2 vestibular migraines, which means dizziness and pain. But this time it was just dizziness, and like you just feel like, again, it's not like you want to get sick. You just can't operate at all. So, hopefully it's done at this point, because it usually only lasts like a week. By the way, again, seasoning. And so we'll see. I'm going to have to put some more in. But we will see. Because, again, this is me attempting to cook things. Beyond that, this, by the way, is garlic, herb, and black pepper with salt. Put a little more in. No. So, brace yourself, because I'm cooking potatoes with seasoning on it. Because I've been waiting to do that for a while, I just haven't had a chance to. Or I keep getting to go to it. A couple other important things. Again, just like explodes. You're like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. Let me do this part first. And then we're just going to plop this right on. I did, again, marinate this for about an hour beforehand. Nope, that's not supposed to happen. So it's a little warm, and hopefully that means it'll cook faster, right? Other fun... Other fun things include, but I'm not limited to, not there, clearly. Other fun things are, I have started a new playthrough of a video game. In fact, I've just finished the first little bit of it before starting this. It is NCAA 14, which is a football game. Surprise, surprise. You are more than welcome to join that stream, however, feel no pressure to do that. Let's open our Gatorade for this session. Let's attach the tape a little more. You might be at an angle at this point, that's okay. Hopefully, again, you can see everything. I don't know what you can see and what you can't see. But, you know, whatever, I'm not perfect. That's okay. I start pushing this piece of steak, I don't know what to say. So, I am doing a playthrough of NCAA 14. I was gonna pick Rice, but I'm very careful about who I pick based off the conference it's in, who it's played against, who it might play against. There are, like, legitimate factors I think about when I do this. I don't want to be a Power 4 group because, or Power, back then it was still Power 5, Power 5. I was gonna pick Rice, but that's the conference of a team I used to play with, so I went independent. And the schedule I made, I always like to play the hardest teams. I made the hardest schedule possible on purpose, well, almost, because some of the games are at home. But in the 12 games I'm allowed to play, 8 of the 12 are in the top 10. Something like that. And I was like, yes, I want this. And then I also put on the description all the goals I have for everything, because I do have goals for this game. And yeah, I just did 2 games of the season earlier. I might do 2 more later today. I don't know. We'll see. If not, there's going to be 2 more done tomorrow, or several more done tomorrow. With the previous titles, I've tried to keep it like between 1 to 4 hours at most, just because you can get lost in the worlds you're playing in. But with football, because it is a structured time, the quarters are 5 minutes and then 15 minutes. There are no TV timeouts. There's not really a halftime. I am going a little bit over on purpose on some of these, and then I turned off the commentators because I wanted to be able to explain what I was doing, how I was doing it, when I was doing it, plus just give random facts as they came into my head. Because why not? So, that is officially live on the YouTube channel. I do hope everyone's having a good start to their week. Happy Monday for those who celebrate. I do. Monday is my favorite day of the week because it is a fresh start. So it's kind of like walking in the first time you do anything new. You can have a great time, a bad time. It's all up to you, and your attitude determines whether it's a great or bad time. Do I need to cut the broccoli up? I don't think you do. Especially if I can do it with my hands. A quick update to the YouTuber I follow. Many of you know, Tom Grossi, who is doing a 30 and 30 part due, as he says. Part due. He is currently about 1/3 of the way through. And he, I really hope this is going to be a shitty because I watched much before I put it in there. He has raised over $200,000 for St. Jude's charity. His average night of sleep right now is, voice crack in, is somewhere in the, that's either going to be really good or really bad. I should not have done it that much. Um, he is about 1/3 of the way through. He's raised about, I think he's raised about $300,000 at this point for charity. He's on about an hour and a half every night to sleep. He's a great time. And, yeah, if you have a minute, I would highly encourage you to jump over and to watch him do his thing, because it's just a man who is traveling the country, going to different NFL stadiums and raising money for kids. And if you can't get behind that, I don't know what you get behind in life. So check it out if you can. No pressure. His episodes are like 19 to 30 minutes long also. No ads, no paywall, no nothing. He's also a Green Bay Packers fan, so anytime he goes to a location, there's always some jokes about him at that location. The humor he has, I was trying to explain this, or thinking of ways to explain this, it's like kind of like Jim from The Office, where he would look at the camera like, and it's a little like that and a little not. I should have not put that much seasoning on those potatoes. We're going to wait a minute. So the goal for the day is I want to have more juice in this steak than I have in the past. And I think I can accomplish that goal. It's funny because I have a seasoning of salt and a seasoning without salt. So the question is, A, which seasoning's going to be better? And did I overdo it on the seasoning? Both, I think, might be valid questions. Let us see. So I'm going to just super quick, even though I don't really need to, I'm going to wash this off. Let's see if I can get it to wash off. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Heat works, right, to kill things? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, this should be good. I haven't not put worse things that have eventually ended up in my body. That sounded really bad, really weird, and kind of gross. That's not what I was going for. Let's see, we are at 101 right now. I'm aiming for 135 to 140. And I just hit 137. I really want to try to cook this on the juicier side today, because I'm tired of hockey pucking everything. And by that I mean I'm tired of cooking everything to the effect of it being overly well done. I would like there to be some juice in here. And if you had told me that a month ago, I would have probably laughed at you heartily. But, you know, people change. And people try new things. I'm living proof of that, clearly. Because, what, a year ago, I didn't even own a cast iron skillet or a meat thermometer or... we didn't own tongs. But I didn't own a lot of other stuff. Okay, this might be my fault on this one. I will say, last episode, the one I have not uploaded, the one that will be up on YouTube eventually, it was a live leftovers episode. That was probably my favorite steak I've cooked, because of how juicy it was at the end of the day. It was very good. I was very happy with it. In the meantime, silverware is important. I do hope you're all having a good day. So as of right now, now, like, this is cooked. I'm just waiting for the heavily seasoned potatoes to be cooked. Turn that up for just a second, and then we're going to turn it back down. This was not my best steak. I am okay with that. It doesn't look like the best steak. Again, I'm okay with that. The steak was supposed to go bad by 6-8, which today I believe is 6-8, which is a plus and it works for everyone. Alright, we're going to turn this off. I'm going to transfer this over to here. Also get broccoli out at this point, because why not? We can run this under the water super quick, but I don't think we'll need too much, because I did clean the entire head last time. Ooh, that is kind of still hot water. That's okay. And what do you say we do this? I think it's a good time. Okay, so one more time. Turn the faucet off. Should I have let this dry ahead of time? I should have. But again, this is not perfection. This is cooking with me as it happens in the kitchen. Thank you for joining me for another episode, by the way, as always. I think that looks pretty okay. I'm going to turn the thermometer off, which is something I always forget to do. I'm going to also wipe my hands because they are wet, and that's not a good time. Gatorade bottle. This might have worked out really bad, or might have worked out really good. We will find out. Eventually. Gotcha. Put that right there. This won't be the only time I try to season potatoes, so for those of you concerned, don't be too concerned. There are, however, a lot of potatoes, because I'm Irish, and I like potatoes. This might have been a little bit too much on the seasoning, but that's okay. Come on, get out. I need to figure out a way to make the potatoes more even. I don't know how, but I'll figure something out. Anyways, let us depart. Can I grab a new knife? Should I grab a new knife? Let's see what I got. Why not? So, thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Cooking Errors in the Kitchen. I will take a picture of all this so you can see what I've got going, and see you next time. And hold on as I untape it from the wall, and I'll take a picture of what it looks like.